Well, good evening, everyone. We are the Be Encouraged Show with Frank and Lisa podcast, our very first live one. Lisa.
Yes, so exciting.
Thank all of you for coming out to this evening. You've been on the Be Encouraged Show with Frank and Lisa. Raise your hand. Look around you. That is awesome. Give them a hand.
Yes.
They have been on the show and they're still here.
They came back.
They came back. Right on. So we are so glad. What would be any venture like this without sponsors? Who would have?
Exactly. Well, first we'd love to thank the Hilton Garden Inn for allowing us to come and use their beautiful space and give us the delicious refreshments that you all have been enjoying. And also Slay Social. Woo! Jen, back in the house there. Thank you. She does all of our social media. She's fantastic. Misfit Press in the house.
Yeah.
Jamie and Jean. They're incredible. They helped us publish our books. Our books are for sale back there, so be sure to get yourself a copy. If you already have a copy, get your friend a copy.
Or your enemy.
Yeah, because they need it. Yes.
Indeed. Also, we want to say KO Photography
Yes.
in the back there.
Carrie Ann.
The great people from the Hive. Raise your hand
Yes,
as well.
Kylan.
That Kylan, there he
And
is.
his beautiful
So
bride.
Precio with Joshua Agidi.
Yes, thank you,
Right in the
Joshua.
back, our sponsor as well. And what would this be without the fabulous Chris Gosnell?
Yes, thank you, Chris. Videographer extraordinaire.
All right, thank you guys for being here. We got some questions. You know, whenever you do kind of a chamber thing and stuff, though, we love you guys.
Yes.
I love your voice as you're speaking, like total radio voice. I'm going to talk like that.
Yeah.
My wife says I have a radio face.
Oh gosh. I'm not going there.
Yeah, we're so glad. Lisa, who are these folks?
Yes. Well, of course, Johnna, who doesn't know Johnna, she's the CEO and president of the Colorado Springs Chamber, and then the man himself, Mr. Craig Carle.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Who makes all things chamber happen, in my opinion, but you do have a rock star. I hope you know
I
that.
just surround myself with good people.
Yes, you
Hanging
do. Yeah,
out.
he's fabulous.
Yes.
But thank you. Just to let you all know the vision for this, we're going to be doing this once a quarter, and it's a perk for Colorado Springs Chamber members. So for the business owners that are chamber members with the Colorado Springs Chamber, we are going to select 2 business owners once a quarter. We thought we would start the first one with leadership at the chamber, so we're starting with the top.
Well,
I like to go straight to the top.
let's not confuse the title with the person. I'm here. Yes.
So yeah.
Thank you, Lisa.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm going to start with the 2 of you, actually. You can both chime in on
Okay.
this one. So as you know, when people think of a chamber event, and there's tons of chambers in the city, and everyone has their own niche, but people think of networking, business cards, that type of thing. What really do you wish people understood more about the chamber, about the events that you host, to get them out there more?
Yeah. Well, we're much more than events. We set up the environment for businesses to thrive through our government affairs efforts. So we are at the state every day during the session, working on ensuring that this is a business-friendly state. And it's tough out there. Businesses get forgotten quite often on who creates the jobs and who creates the economic tax base, so that we all have jobs in this community, and hopefully our kids can stay in this community. So we're your lobbying arm on behalf of business. And secondly, and you refer to us as the chamber, but it's also the EDC, so the Economic Development Corporation. So we're working to bring companies to the region or help existing companies expand, which again, it's about creating the economic vitality for the region. So yes, the events are wonderful. Probably, I think, Craig's favorite thing. But we truly are here to be the advocate for business so that our community can thrive. Business is important. What would you add, especially about events?
100%. And I would say with our events, that is one sliver of what we do. You know, we really want to be the full gambit of what business needs in this region. And the event, you know, supporting the event supports that. You know, I like to say we're not your grandfather's, we're not your grandmother's chamber. You know, we're more than just networking now. However, when we do an event, we like to take it over the top. You know, we like to provide experiences that you might not get. You know, not a lot of people get to kick PKs on Ziggy at Switchbacks. You know, not a lot of people get to go on the, you know, Air Force Falcons field, or, you know, get to see the grand opening of the giraffe exhibit. So when we do events, we take them very seriously. We want to provide you with, you know, a great experience. And as Junior likes to say, our membership manager, we want to provide you a vibe. Right, and that's what we hope to do. So as we do events, we try to give you guys the best experience possible. But we are much more than the event side. We want to give a full array of business services to our region.
So vibe is the right word now?
Junior says vibe.
Okay,
What's a vibe?
I'm glad to know.
Yeah.
Because I would say hip, and Junior on our team or my child would be like, do not say hip. Do not say hip. So we have a vibe. Yeah. There we go. Now I know. I'm on it.
I know this is much more than you imagine. A CEO with a sense of humor.
Oh,
From the South.
This is awesome. She's my homegirl.
keeps my sanity. So,
This is awesome. John, I'm going to ask you this question
Please.
because people are sitting on the edge of their seats right now wanting to know this. Right. I see you on the edge, my friend. Yeah, so you are helping lead Colorado Springs to a season of major growth. What excites you most about where the city is headed, and what keeps you up at night?
Oh, well, not much keeps me up because I'm exhausted by the time I go home, so I sleep pretty well. I came here because, to me, this is a community that I call a diamond in the rough. We have so many assets, we have so many things that we can grow and build on, and it's just a matter of deciding what do we want to do, what do we need to do to take that next step. Truly, there's the opportunities abound here, but we can't be afraid of change, and we can't be afraid of growth, because growth is going to come regardless. Don't throw anything at me from the live audience, but we can decide how growth occurs. I call it the Academy Boulevard effect. You know, you can see every decade on Academy Boulevard. It's like, oh, those were the 60s. Oh, look at the 80s that came up. So good planning, good design, good decision making, and very strong leadership. Because leadership's hard, and when you're trying to move the ball, not everyone agrees with you. So that gets me really excited because I like to be a part of big things. My team likes to be leading on important things, and we like our members to be driving what that vision is. What would keep me up at night is if we had anti-permitting legislation go into effect. If a city council or a county commission decided, you know what, we don't want to grow anymore, because they can make that decision. And then it makes me nervous because we need a strong tax base for our community to thrive. I don't know about you, I don't like potholes. I want strong schools, I want strong police forces, I want, you know, all those city services. But none of us want our taxes to be raised, me either. Well, we either grow the tax base, or we that are here have to pay more. So that keeps me up at night, because the discourse that occurs at times isn't always fact-based and can lead to some fear-mongering. So I think good conversation about what that growth looks like is important to the chamber membership, and we want them to lead.
Man, I'm glad you said that. That was so incredibly good, because when anything gets politicized, it goes south. Right? And I'm from the South, so I can say that. Right? So it does. It really becomes misinformation, and people try to capitalize on that.
Well, good discussion, debate, compromise is important. Right. And but I think we've lost some of that in our country. And I think that I often say we need to be the adults in the room, because I'm from the South too, and there's probably still a little redneck in that. So I can fight. Like I get excited because I see so many great things for our state and our community. But it's important that we maintain the professionalism and talk about the facts versus emotion.
All right, Craig, you're up.
Awesome.
All right, so you're in the middle of membership, marketing, events, which means you're not just promoting programs, you're telling the story of the business community, which you tapped into. What story do you think Colorado Springs is ready to tell more boldly?
I love that question. I think what Colorado Springs is ready to tell more boldly is that we are, one, open for business, right? That we provide an economy where businesses can thrive here. And I think we do that through multiple facets, right? So we talk about our events. We're going to provide you a place where you can connect, you can engage, and you can build a foundation of what you need to be successful here. But, you know, when we talk about our government affairs side too, you know, we got your back, right, with legislation, and we got your back with fighting for what's right for business, and then the economic development side, making it worthwhile to be here. You know, and I think that's really the story that we're trying to tell, and the story that we're trying to show, that, you know, a lot of people say that they are, you know, pro-business, they're pro-growth, you know, they're pro-support, but it's the actions in it, right? So I think that's really what we're trying to tell is, you know, we're going to provide you with what we say we're going to do. We're going to back up our talk, and we're going to help you be successful here as a business. I think that's the story that we really want to tell, and that we want you here. We want you to thrive here.
Right. Yeah. By the way, Craig's a native and will be available for autographs at the end.
Tell where did you go to high school? Like, I know this is all part of it.
Coronado, D11 crowd.
All right. D11, baby. Yeah. All right.
Johnna, people often hear about growth, but not always why it matters. So, why is continued economic growth important for Colorado Springs, and how does it support the services, opportunities, and quality of life our community expects?
Yeah, I think we've hit on some of this already, that we want a strong economic base. And our city right now is $32 million in a budget shortfall, and no decisions are easy on how we fix that. Our state is in a $1.5 million budget shortfall. These are serious numbers that we have to think about, and tough choices that have to be made. I mean, who wants to be against kids, puppies, or old people? I mean, we got to take money from this oh, okay, well, I'm not raising my hand. My dog is the only one that loves me no matter what, so yes. But at the same time, we have to think about things like our park system in Colorado Springs, in El Paso County. This is one of our #1 assets in every survey. It's public safety and parks that we say are the #1 and #2 issue. And at the same time, we're over $300 million in debt on parks maintenance. So we just keep pushing that can down the road. Well, that's how our tourists come in and spend their money, and then they leave. So they're not using our services. So that's a big part of our economy. We need to be sure we're valuing those assets, but where do you get the funding? As I said before, we have to grow the pie. You do that through raising taxes, or we do that through adding to the pie. And the best way to do that is through business, because they pay more. They pay more of their fair share than we as individuals pay. And I often tell people, I've been here 5 years. I'm a Tennessean by birth, but I'm a Coloradoan by choice and don't want to be anywhere else. But I wasn't the last one in. No one said, Johnna, welcome to Colorado Springs. Now, we're not going to let any more people move in here. So when people say to me, we don't want any more people here, and I'm like, well, do you want a tax base? Well, do you want your kids to be able to live here? I do. Maybe you don't. I mean, they're Frank. I mean, yeah, I don't know. But at the same time, it's important for us to think about that keeps our economy, the flywheel going. This is the boring stuff in our job. But as the business voice, largest business voice for Southern Colorado, we can be deciding this, folks, and I want the Southern Colorado voice to be represented at the state capitol. Quite often we are forgotten, even though we are 37 counties as Southern Colorado, where the major population is. They often get to make all the decisions because they have the largest voting bloc. So we have to band together, and the businesses have to stand up and go and testify and say, this is what it's going to cost my business. This is really important to us, because well-intentioned legislation that very much supports employees, well, we have to also support the businesses that employ the employees. So it's a balancing act, and unfortunately it's been really one-sided. and that's not helpful to us long term.
Hey, you got this. Yeah, I just want to follow up a little bit with that because, I don't know about you guys. I'm learning something.
Yeah.
Right? Thank you very much for helping us to understand the dynamics of what's happening in our city, because a lot of times we gloss over and maybe the most major headline will be what we gravitate to. But this is so helpful. Do you get a voice at Capitol Hill? Are you able to?
It's not my voice, but it's our organization's voice. I serve at my members' pleasure. So we represent what our members say are important. So we work at both the local level, a city and county, we work at the state level, and then we work at the federal level. But on Capitol Hill at the federal level, we focus only on aerospace and defense. It's our number one industry in our community, and you can't be everything on Capitol Hill. It would bankrupt my organization spending money on some of those lobbyists, but we specifically focus on the issue of aerospace and defense, and then we take a group of about 100 leaders every year or every other year to go and lobby on their various issues at Capitol Hill. But we spend the most time at the state capitol during the session and then locally, because so much of the business decisions that are made at the state level affect you every day, and you may not know it until it's too late and it's already costing you money or people.
Indeed. Thank you.
So Craig, back to the events, because I love events.
You get all the fun.
I know, you're giving you like the hard.
Promise I can be fun.
They didn't let me play with you though. They gave me Carle. Craig Carle, sorry. Okay, so Craig, you have people in the room who are members, non-members, but most of them entrepreneurs, business owners, solopreneurs. So what makes going to your events when everyone is busy, they're pinching pennies, but they're trying to make money and their attention is limited, their time is limited. What makes your events worth going?
Great question. I would say we take a full service approach to our events. That's one of the things that we really focus on. I think walking into a room, maybe as a new member with 200, 300 people in there that you don't know is kind of intimidating, right? So we want to make sure that one, it's inclusive, it's welcoming. I don't know two more, welcoming people than Brian Mosley and Uni Leak, greeting them as they're checking in. And then our champions, we have a member volunteers called Champions of Cause that are also working that event. Denise Larzo chairs that here with us tonight as well. And I think that is important because we take an approach where, if you're on your phone, you're not involved in communication, you're off to the side, you're not having a good experience. I mean, to me, people might see somebody on their phone. I see it as a red flag. Like, they're not having the experience that they want to see. So we immediately target those people, get them involved in conversations, getting them connected with the people that they want to. Additionally, as the largest membership base, within Southern Colorado, you get a lot more sectors to target and network with. We have a wide range of businesses, right? And everyone can be successful within this. So we really take a focus on that, on the variety of people that you're going to meet. And then, additionally, just the experience that we kind of touched on. We want to provide places that, you might not get to go in your everyday experience. So, whether that's Roth's, whether that's, the Switchbacks, Falcons, we really try to increase the experience that our members get as well. And then, additionally bringing in good partners. So we love partnering with the Better Business Bureau, Exponential Impact, the Colorado SBDC serving the Pikes Peak region, that For Business after hours event that we put on.
That was amazing.
Thank you. It was a lot of fun to work with those leaders as well and, showcase an event that you have all the resources for you right here, get connected and get active with it. So
Wait a minute. I want to hear you say, and the Be Encouraged show with Frank.
Yes, and the Be Encouraged show and Frank and Lisa as well as a great place to be connected and get active as well.
First place to start.
It is. I thought that one was obvious. Yeah.
Like her.
I would just add, Lisa, that If it's not our chamber in EDC, find a place to plug in. It's a community. I call us a big, small town in that relationships matter. And people are like, oh, I can do this via email. Well, I need to see you. I always say phone calls and meetings are for building a relationship, and emails are for CYA. And so that's a follow-up thing. So the importance of taking the time and doing this really does matter. I tell my team all the time, get to know people before you need to know people. So build the relationship, get to know them before you're asking them for something or before you're talking to them about your business. Just get to know them, what's important to them, why are they here, what encourages them every day. See, worked.
There you go. There you go.
I heard you, Frank. So that's I tell young people that all the time because we live in such a transactional world now, and just go quick. What's the sound bite? What's the quick thing? I see someone in the audience that sent me a book and a personal note not long ago that was so thoughtful and came at just the right time with a really, really bad day that was truly all about encouragement. And they connected on something they had heard from someone else in my office, and it meant so much. I have the card on I have a table in my office for when I'm having the worst days that I just go to remind myself what my values are and why I'm doing what I'm doing. So that alone can make all the difference.
So for small business owners in the room, the words economic development can sound like something reserved for the large companies. How do smaller businesses fit into the bigger economic development story?
It's really important to think about this. People think that cutting a ribbon are only for major corporations or people that have 1,000 employees. We're a state made up 99% of small businesses. By the SBA standards, that's 500 employees or less. So we also refer to our micro businesses, which are usually 50 employees or less. So this is a state that's who we are. Our average client that we help in economic development is 250 employees. So people assume, oh, who's this behind the curtain? These are also smaller businesses trying to grow, trying to commit to Colorado. But where small businesses really come in is we call it the multiplier effect, or indirect and induced jobs. So if we bring what they call a primary employer, and all that means is they primarily export outside of the region. They're not dependent on that they have to be in Colorado Springs, El Paso County. They don't have to be here. They could move their company to Tennessee, Texas, Wyoming. That's a primary employer. But those primary employers have the multiplier effect of their supply chain, of their contractors, they build an ecosystem around them. And then truly, you can look at places where companies have sprouted, and then you create the local coffee shop. You have the healthcare system of, oh, we need more doctors in that part of the city. That's how you build your ecosystem. Now, can you live off of just being what they call secondary employers? It doesn't mean you're second class or anything. It means that your retail, your healthcare, your education, you're dependent on the population. You opened that business because the people were there. Yes, you can, but you're usually a bedroom community to a bigger city. So think Castle Rock. Booming right now, great community, but they're really a community made up of secondary employers because they're adjacent to a really big city that a whole lot of people go and work in and then come back to Castle Rock every night. We're our own metro area. We want to stand on our own. We don't want to be dependent on another community thriving, and we're large enough to do that. So it takes both. You have to have primary employers and secondary, because I want to live in a place that has good entertainment, good arts, good events, good coffee, great restaurants. That's how we build a community we all want to live in. That's how it all works together, Lisa.
Love it.
Craig, my man, what is the difference between getting members to show up and getting members to truly belong?
I think it's easy to show up, right? So if the way I look at it is, if you're showing up, you did your part. To get you to belong is our part, right? So we need to create that culture. And a lot of that starts with just talking to the membership base. We have an outstanding membership culture here. I mean, if there's a new business coming in or if there's a new face, I feel like they get swarmed with people that are just excited to meet them. And it's not transactional. They legitimately want to get to know this person. And I think that comes with, providing opportunities, but not only that, but talking about it. Right? I think, our membership base, they really want to serve each other. They want to connect with each other. And there might not be anything in it for them, but they want to connect them with somebody that can. I think a good point of that is our Rise and Share events that we've been hosting. We limit those to 50 people. Everyone has 30 seconds to a minute to kind of share who they are. Always sold out. Everyone has 30 seconds to a minute to kind of share what they do. And what we call that is that now there's targeted networking. Because if somebody's in there saying, hey, I need to meet this person, or I'm looking for this type of person, the person that helps them might not be that person, but they're going to connect them. And since we've built that membership culture and really highlighted the members that go above and beyond to create that inclusivity and that welcomeness, it's really taken our membership to the next level. I'm a numbers guy. Our retention is at an all-time high. We have a lot of members that I think we're from a spot where you're seeing a lot of membership organizations dwindle down. We're growing. And this has been a common issue with chambers across the United States. We're continuing to grow. And our retention with our members is at an all-time high. And that's because we try to provide an experience, but it's our members that sell that experience.
That's why he's top 40 under 40.
Yes,
That's right.
Exactly.
We threw that in.
All right, so Johnna, you've had seasons where leadership required more than strategy. It required personal resilience. What has leadership cost you, and what has it taught you since being here in Colorado Springs?
He gets a vent, and I get the resiliency question. Oh my goodness. What has it cost me? It has, I have lost relationships. I have lost financial opportunities. I have faced some things that were really tough choices. For example, I did not have biological children because I had such a career focus that I missed that window. And at the same time, I have been rewarded and blessed beyond belief. I don't have any regrets. I do believe I'm a very spiritual person, and I believe that my maker has a plan and is guiding me in everything. And every time I try to take total control, and Craig will tell you this is one of my areas of opportunity, which means I really suck at it.
It's not true.
Usually my Lord puts me back in a place to remember that I'm not doing this alone, and there's a higher calling to everything we're doing. So when I start freaking out over something like the budget or membership numbers or whatever, I get pulled back into, wait a minute, Johnna, what are your values? What's important? And I truly do believe I was called to be here. I was supposed to be in Colorado Springs. So I get reminded of that when I get really down sometimes and think, what am I doing? And there's got to be an easier way to make a living. Then something will happen. I get the nice note. I get something that's a win. I get an encouraging word. So I think that's where I try to hang my hat. And I don't remember the other part of your question. So okay.
Well done.
Good work. Really, really, really good. You want to make God laugh, tell him your plan.
Oh, he laughs at me on section 16 quite often. He and I have a lot of heart-to-hearts on my hikes because I'm in his creation and I am constantly like, but this has got to happen and this has got to happen, and then I just feel the funny. So yeah, but we've all got our things. We've all got our areas that I call it the soft underbelly, the things that just really get you. And sometimes I think people forget we're all human, and they see a persona, an image, or whatever, and we're all just doing the best we can. Sometimes we're just hanging on, and sometimes we're out front. But I do think we're all called to do big things.
You know what? I want to take a second because you're moving me.
Yes.
This is inspiring me so
Yeah.
much. You know, if you don't know Johnna Reeder, tonight, she's been so vulnerable and transparent with that. Would you give her a hand?
Oh, no, that was. Thank you, but as truly, I don't know where all of you are right now, but I just feel like we all have stuff, and sometimes we just need somebody to say, you know what, so do I.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Would you do me another favor?
Yes, sir.
Make sure you never show that wedding ring to my wife.
Oh. I've worked hard for that baby. You think I'm a handful? You ought to meet Kurt. So right now he would be going, no, yeah.
Yes.
For someone who feels invisible in the business community, what would you tell them?
So if somebody feels invisible in the business community, I mean, I think there's a lot of people that want to make you visible, you know, and I think you just need to find your group and find your person to connect with. I would say, you know, I know we keep talking about events, but I would say you need to come to our events and network and build that foundation. What's different though, you know, kind of what we talked about is there's people that are going to want to connect with you and people that want to grow your connections. That's the biggest thing. So if you feel invisible too, I think one of the greatest things about our membership community is if you share that, you have 50 new friends in the room that are trying to make you visible. And I think the vulnerability of sharing, you know, I feel invisible, or my business isn't working, or I am struggling in business, you know, we're not getting the revenue we want, we're not getting the customers we want. You have a whole group of people that want to help you. Not to mention, you know, the Chamber and EDC. You know, we want to make sure that your business thrives. So I think if somebody's feeling invisible, the first thing they need to do is be vulnerable about it. Share that, not only with us, the Chamber and EDC, but also with your membership group, and you know, you'll suddenly become visible. You know, and you'll get the support you need.
Don't forget too, because events are not for everyone.
Right.
I mean, it can create anxiety for some people. So we have the Chamber app now that I literally can go on and find any Chamber member and just connect one-on-one.
Yes.
And I know I've had coffee with some of you directly, and I find that's a better way for me to build relationships, the one-on-one,
Right.
than necessarily the big room. So you just have to find what works for you.
Completely agree. The Chamber app, if you guys, most of you guys have emailed me because you think it's spam because it's CHYMBER. It's not, and it's also rebranded to the Colorado Springs Chamber and EDC app now. So you'll probably see that update in your phone, but that gives you the ability to connect right then and there.
It's
And
so awesome.
It
I
is.
was on it today. It was like, ooh, new member. I'm like, connect.
Yeah.
And then it gives you an email, and it connects you on email, which
Right.
is way more professional. So then I could like follow up on email and say, hey, let's meet.
And Chris built that, Chris Patton, Colorado Springs here, built that off of your guys' feedback. So one of the biggest areas of feedback that we get at our events is I want to know who's here. Right now at this app, you can see who checked in, who's there, and connect with that person. So if you can't make the events, you know, connect with people on the app, but be vulnerable. Reach out, tell them what you're looking for.
All right. So for both of you guys, I have a question here. Colorado Springs is often described as collaborative. I believe it is. But collaboration can become a buzzword. So I have to be careful there, right? But what does real collaboration require that most people avoid? Johnna.
Oh, I'm starting.
good.
I was going to give him a hard one.
I'm excited to build off yours on that one. Yeah.
What does real collaboration require? Well, I think number one, we've talked a lot about trust. So building the relationship before you need the relationship. I think finding that honest compromise, debate creates collaboration. Finding a win-win for each other. I always say with legislation, if no one's completely happy, then we probably did a pretty good job on the compromise. We probably found a place that you gave a little, I gave a little, you know, and you find a way to make that work. So I do think Colorado Springs is collaborative. I've worked in much larger cities where it's not that case. I do hope that we will continue to grow and evolve, that we'll be happy for all when one boat rises. Well, I can rise with that, versus in some instances, people feel that it's a scarcity mentality. Well, if that organization's doing well, it looks bad on mine. And I just believe, well, come on, let's all jump in this boat together. So I do think it starts with the individual. You have to lead when maybe you're not seeing that from others, be that bigger person, and it can make a difference. And unfortunately, if they don't come along, then we'll just keep moving forward. So.
Absolutely.
Oh, well, thank you, Denise. One of our key collaborators. Yes.
I would say collaboration too, and what we're seeing in our community right now is people putting themselves or their business on the back burner for the overarching goal and the overarching community. So you'll see it, in our Titans of Economic Development, you'll see it in our Board of Governors. We get a lot of people that they might have just left competing for a new project, right? A lot of contractors, going at it, and then 15 minutes later they need to work together in this room, or banks competing for whatnot, and then 15 minutes later they need to work together in this room. I think they actually do that, and I think that is one of the most important things about collaboration, is putting yourself last for the overarching goal of what we're trying to accomplish here as a community. And we're seeing that left and right, and what our members and our businesses that are part of us are doing is, taking that mission full heart and trying to accomplish what we need to get done here.
We often say, if you don't care who gets the credit, you can get a lot more done.
Yes.
So sometimes people will say, well, why did you let the politicians lead on that? And I'm like, well, of course, because they did everything. Right. I'm winking right now for those, but it's important because we all are in this together. We either win together or we're going to lose together as a community. So I think what you're saying is important. We see that a lot with businesses that go, okay, this is for the betterment of Colorado Springs.
Absolutely. There's one, I tell people this all the time in business, there's one overarching goal for every business. And if we can coalesce around that, it'll make it much easier. That goal is to serve humanity well.
Yeah.
That should be all of our goals. At the end of the day, if we're serving humanity well, then we can coalesce around that vision of doing great things together and stop getting our feelings so hurt.
Yes.
And stop leading out of our insecurities, but leading out of the greatness that's within each and every one of us.
Ooh, that was well said.
That was good.
Oh my goodness. I was going to say, where's a pen? Yeah.
All right, so I have another one for both of you. Craig first, then we'll do
Please.
Johnna. So here's the big AI question.
Okay.
Everyone's favorite topic. So AI is changing how business market, sell, hire, share, operate, all the things. But Colorado Springs is still a relationship-driven business community, and how could local businesses use AI without losing the trust, authenticity, and human connection that makes this city work?
I think that's a great question. AI, first and foremost, is not here to replace people. I want to make that extremely clear. You can't replace relationships, right? Nobody's best friend is ChatGPT or Claude or any of those people, right? So I think for some people, yes, yeah. Mine's named Nova, so we're on a first name basis. But I think it's important, to how you prompt this and how you utilize AI to not replace your own personality is super important, right? So if you just say, hey, respond to this email, it's going to give you some generic pushback. It's going to be cold. It's going to feel like AI did it. But if you say, hey, I want to hit on these points, I want to touch these, here's a list of my other emails that I put in, it's going to give you that warm feeling again, and it's going to make it come from you. So I think AI I think it's cutting edge. We're doing a lot with AI now with the BBB AI Hub. We're part of that coalition with Jonathan Liebert and what they're doing. And what was really encouraging about those studies is Colorado's 5th in the nation in AI adoption. And what's been great about it is we're not seeing it, at least at our chamber, we're not seeing it affect relationships, right? So if we can teach the overall general public on how to utilize AI responsibly, and we can teach them how to use it to build relationships and to not replace, then we're going to be ahead of the curve. And when you talk about workforce development and what we're looking to do here, if you have a staff trained on AI and they can just 3x, 4x themselves, what can we accomplish as a region? And I think that's important. So, utilizing those tools to be better at AI and really help the business side of things, but also not losing that personal touch and relationship.
Indeed. Whew, so good.
Am I adding on that? AI won't replace your job. The people that learn AI and adopt will replace you. So when I graduated from college in 1994, there was this thing that was coming out called the internet, and I was scared to death and was like, I'm not doing that. I'm a communicator by training. I will not. And it stuck and it didn't go anywhere. And you laugh, but at the same time, it's the same thing I see from our young people today that have so much fear of where it's going to go. And so I would say get in front of it, learn everything you can, and adopt, figure it out, and then adapt. As I said, my undergrad is in communications, and I've been able to do lots of things to parlay, even with the internet. So it's here. AI is here to stay. It's always been here. It's just boomed so much in the past few years. And I got that quote from Jonathan Liepert, so I want to give credit where it's due. But it really stuck with me because I'm at the more twilight of my career and thought, oh my gosh, another thing I've got to learn. Oh, I don't know if I want to deal with this. And it made me think about it. Wait a minute, time out. It's a tool. It's just a tool. So I've got to learn the tools to stay up with the times. Absolutely. And it is making us efficient. Mm-hmm. We are finding some unique ways to utilize it. So.
Yes, I think Denise wanted you to stop.
I was going to say, I'm done, Denise. It's one way to cut me off.
Any other time it doesn't work.
If it was AI, it wouldn't have happened. I'm joking. I kid.
Yes. What we do on the Be Encouraged show with Frank and Lisa is we utilize an AI expert.
Yes.
Right? Because I am old as ice water.
Yes.
So, try.
Yes, you are.
Don't you guys love it when your partner agrees when they shouldn't?
Exactly.
Yeah, but Frank, wouldn't you agree, because we're of a similar generation, that you have to surround yourself with people that are better than you. Like, let them teach us, let them take and lead, and then you can do that much more. You cannot be afraid of people being better than you and having better ideas and ways of doing things.
And that's the insecurity space.
Yes.
Right?
And we all have it.
And that's why, emotional intelligence is so important. And if you're going to lead well, you have to be emotionally intelligent, right? Particularly as these things come across, because so many things will trip you up. Business is hard. It's hard doing business. I mean, if you don't want to don't do business.
Yeah.
Go work for someone. That's the thing. It's so hard. So you have to use these things to your advantage and allow them to be useful for you so that you can help other people. Remember the goal, helping someone else, right? Keep your eye on the ball. All righty. So,
audience question time.
Yes.
Okay, so we have.
One?
Wait, no, we're doing these live ones. We're not doing what they gave us. We're doing live ones.
I didn't know Michelle was here.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. So, live.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Just so we're not. You can't see the words, so you pick a card, any card.
This one's Craig.
Okay.
Okay. And that one's you. Okay, good. Craig, go.
Read it and then.
And then answer
Oh,
it.
geez. Look at this one. Okay.
Oh, that one was good.
Do you want to take the switch? Okay.
I'm kidding.
All right. What are you doing to take care of your mental health in the time of rapid volatility and change? And how do you recommend leaders prioritize employee well-being? Another great question. They're just full of them here. I think, when we talk about mental health in the workforce and everything as well, what we're doing here, we have incredible leadership at the Colorado Springs Chamber EDC. And I think when you're feeling that something is insurmountable, or you can't get through something, or you can't get to that door, or whatever it might be, we have a whole group here that is willing to support. And I mean, Johnna firsthand, really leads from the front in that regard. If we're ever having a struggle, or we can't get in touch with somebody, or, we have a question that to us seems like a mountain, we have incredible leaders here that really turn it into a molehill and, give you the support that you need.
What do you do personally?
I started, I would say personally, I meditate 10 minutes every day. I get up in the morning, I meditate. This is kind of a weird one, so just stick with me here. I had a mental health crisis in about November. I had a massive panic attack. I had no idea what caused it. The truth was, it was energy drinks, but that's another story. I was at the
I was afraid he was going to say Johnna.
No. But I was done coaching football. I coached for 15 years, and I wasn't taking my physical health as important, and then just had this massive anxiety attack. Didn't know what it was, and I think it's so important to be present. So I started meditating, and that's really helped. And I started painting. So what I've been doing is I will take what I'm feeling at that time. I associate it with a color or a pattern or different type of colors, and then I paint it on my canvas for the day. And it's broken into 365 squares. And at the end of the year, I'm going to have 365 squares to kind of showcase it. And tonight, I'll post a picture of it later, but tonight I'll be 6 months done, right? And what I've learned from it, and again, every color is associated with an emotion. Right? So I associate yellow with happiness, green with it was a good day, blue with it's kind of calm, all these different colors, and purple or, dark or grays are anxiety or hard times, reds, angers. But what you see is, in the grand scheme of things, when you add it all up, those bad times or those times of uncertainty or bad mental health are very temporary. And you're 12 hours away from another yellow day or a green day. And it's really interesting to see how that works out. So when there's times when I'm stressed or the mental health isn't all there, I think about that now. And that's really helped support what we got going on and helped support me kind of get through those times.
We are doing an art gallery for that.
Thank you.
I did not know this. Love it. Yeah. Andy's doing the Highland Games. You didn't mention that.
Oh, that's another thing. If I'm having a hard time, I'll just pick something up heavy and throw it in a kilt.
Things you didn't know. Yes. Okay, we ready?
Yes.
Ooh, good handwriting. What did you have for breakfast? What do you wish you had?
Oh, okay.
You got an easier one now.
I will take that. I'm so boring. I literally have a protein drink every morning, but mine's like old people protein. I do a Boost every day, and my husband's like, "Are you 112?" And I'm like, "No, but it is quick, and I need protein, and just something. I got to go fast." So yeah, because those who know me know I don't cook at all, ever. I have all the dishes, so come over and we will have the best party. But you got to bring the food because I'll have the bar, but you got to bring the food. So So what do I wish I had? I don't even have anything. Probably pancakes, because I love pancakes, and I don't get to eat them that much anymore. So So fun question. Thanks for an easy one.
I want to do one quick follow-up with that, because you were mentioning these colors, and it's so important. Guys, scientifically, we're told that we only have 3 to 5 optimal hours a day to be at our best.
Ooh.
We really are. I call that our green zone. I'm going to leave this with you tonight, because you need to find your green zone. Mm-hmm. Because many times people are operating in their red zones when they're most unable to do work and to be able to be really productive. And there's a yellow zone. That's a zone where, you know, we can still get stuff done and we can be really good at it, but it's not optimal. So find that green zone, that's 3 to 5 hours. I don't care how productive you are, how much energy, how much exercising you do. Scientifically, you only have 3 to 5 hours for your optimal time. Do your best when you're at your best, and all of us will be able to really thrive in this community together, and you can stop getting mad at John. You can hang.
I was gonna say it's all right.
It's all right. Yeah. So we Lisa, I tell you this. What do you guys think about our first one? These guys set a high bar.
Yeah.
So our next guest. Oh, I feel for
Yeah.
you. I just can't reach you. They set a high bar tonight. Guys, thank you
Yes.
so
No,
much.
thank you for the invitation, and thank you to our host. The facility is beautiful, and I love that you all take the time to just do things that are positive. We live in a world that doesn't do enough of that, so thank you for being the glow for us.
You bet. I agree. Yeah, let's take it. Oh, we are the Be Encouraged show with Frank and Lisa. You need to go to beencouraged.net to come on our show, highlight your business. Is absolutely free to be a part of. We would love to have you come on the show. And in 3 months, we'll be doing this again. And who knows, you may be the two sitting up here. We're not going to ask volunteers. We're going to say, yeah. Because we know you guys. So ask and volunteer. But join the Colorado Springs Chamber. If you're not a member of the Chamber already, please become a part. Get on this mission with us to uplift this city and to really create some positive vibes, some incredible things that they're doing. They're not afraid of your questions. So go to them and ask what the questions are. Let's all be members together as we create a space that's vibrant for all of Colorado Springs. Thank you for being here.
Thanks, everyone.